So let's say you want a fun, small truck to go do truck stuff in the dirt. If you're a fan of Toyota, the brand has two from which you can choose. One of them is this. That's the 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, the big dog. The other one is this. This is the 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. There's a $10,000 delta between these two. This one is more expensive, but should you spend the money to get the fancy one? Let's find out. First, we're gonna check out what makes them the same. Well, under the hood of each is a 3.5-liter V6 engine that makes 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. And you can pair either one with a 6-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual, and that is very cool. And then on the inside, they look and feel the same as well. They have the worst seating position of any truck you can buy. That doesn't mean they're not fun, reliable, and a blast to drive. Let's dig a little bit deeper into these two. So let's take a look at the TRD Off-Road first, because this is a legit enjoyable off-road machine. It's got Bilstein shocks, tuned for off-road adventure. It's got 16-inch wheels rather than some oversized dumb wheels. It looks great in this cement gray paint. It's got a locking rear diff, and it's got all the crawl control electronic wizardry, just like the TRD Pro. So this is no slouch in the dirt. Let's jump over here though to this awesome army green paint one with its blacked out, and you can see that the grill's a little bit different. More importantly, under the skin though, this gets a bit more serious when you want to go off-road, because this has Fox 2.5 remote reservoir shocks. It has these TRD wheels. This one is fitted with a snorkel, a non-functional hood scoop, so it's a little poser there. TRD Pro badges everywhere, so everybody knows that you spent a lot of money. And up here, the fog lights are actually Rigid Industries, so there's a little bit more off-road cred there. My question is though, is this truck worth $10,000 more than that truck? Let's drive them. It's time to get them a bit dirtier and find out. So this is the TRD Off-Road, and it's appropriately named because there's some Toyota racing development, technology, and knowledge applied to it, and it is geared towards the off-road adventure set. This one starts at $36,965, and then for $4,285, there's the TRD Premium Off-Road Package, which gets dual zone climate control, leather trim seats, the moonroof, a premium sound system, just stuff you don't need. It's nice, and you cannot get this in the TRD Pro, but it is not necessary. So I'm going to assume this is a $37,000 truck. Assume you didn't get all that extra crap that you don't need, because the base bones of it are great. The Bilstein suspension is awesome. 16-inch wheels means you have actual knobby tires with some sidewall to them. This is a full 4-door. You can get it as an access cab if you want. I prefer 4-wheel doors on my trucks because they don't make a regular actual 2-door truck anymore, not since like 2014. But that's neither here nor there. This is not a review of the Tacoma. This is a comparison. And as it sits, this thing's great. This thing is solid, this thing is wonderful, and it's dependable. People buy Tacomas because they will run forever. 300,000 miles on a Toyota product is not unheard of, it's common. But as it sits, we're using the basic bumpiness to test the off-road prowess of this vehicle. And it's a good one. It has crawl control. It has the different driving modes. It's very easy to turn traction control off. You can shift it yourself with the shift lever down here. It's ready to go. Now, the smart thing to do, I think, is to buy this one and then over time upgrade it if you want to go deeper, further, faster, harder. If you want to have more fun off-road, you can buy this, and there are a slew of aftermarket parts. Most companies make things that directly bolt on to Tacomas and other Toyota products. With little mechanical knowledge, you could do a lot of that work yourself. The only problem is now it is non-warranted stuff. And there comes in the argument for spending more right out of the gate and getting some serious off-road goodies. You could literally leave the dealership and go to the dirt. You can do that in this one too, but it's a bit more cush, a bit more premium in their TRD Pro. Regardless of which one you choose, they both have my major knock against the Tacoma, and that is the seating position. It's like it was designed by someone who doesn't have a human torso. It's like you're sitting on a floor and your legs are straight out in front of you. You know what it's like? It's like driving one of those rowing machines at the gym. and no one wants to drive a rowing machine from the gym. Whenever this thing evolves to the next generation, Toyota really needs to fix the seating position. Everything else about this truck is fantastic. And it's not just this specific Tacoma, it's the whole family. If the seating position doesn't bother you though, either one of these is a wonderful truck. Enjoy your truck as it is for a bit, upgrade it over time, spend your money how you want to spend your money specifically, and maybe there are even better options than even the TRD Pro offers. Hell, my daily driver's a 91 Montero and it has Fox shocks, so it is possible. They were not bolted, which means they were not cheap, but it is possible to upgrade this over the TRD Pro over time and enjoy just as much as it sits from the factory. Save $10,000 right out of the gate. That's before you factor in the notion that a handful of Toyota dealers are marking TRD Pros up. It is possible to pay $60,000 for a TRD Pro vehicle, for the Tacoma specifically. And not only is it possible, people are doing it. They're not marking up these TRD Off-Roads. So let's take this bump in the TRD Off-Road. Not bad. I wonder if it could be more comfortable though. Fox is serious when it comes to suspension. I'm a fan of the brand myself. I have Fox shocks on my mountain bike and my Montero, just like I told you already. And I like when production vehicles employ those shocks as well, because I know I'm in for a great ride in the dirt, on bumps, on jumps, on things that would otherwise be jarring. The Bilsteins are a great shock. The Foxes are amazing. That's before you even get into the insanity of their live valve technology. Just the regular 2.0 and 2.5s with remote reservoirs are wonderful shocks. So this is a vehicle that's $10,000 more than the other one we're driving, if you consider them at their base prices. That's not considering a dealer markup for this one. That's not considering an up-optioned off-road version that we're also technically driving in the other one. For that extra $10,000, you get a little bit throatier noise because this one has a TRD Pro exhaust. They both have skid plate protection underneath that say TRD. This one has the hood scoop up there that is non-functional. I do love the green paint. I do love the various shades that they offer on various TRD Pro models over the years. So that part is fun, that part is entertaining. I like the blacked out wheels against the green paint. This has TRD Pro badging everywhere and it has it embroidered on the seats. But the real meat is it worth it with all the extra stuff? So the off-road electronic bits are basically the same. You've got the transfer case, you've got the controls up here, you've got the crawl control, but it's really about that extra travel, the suspension damping and tuning, and it just makes for a more comfortable ride off-road. I do not fully believe it is a $10,000 better ride though. It is definitely a better ride. It is definitely wonderful that it is a factory warranted ride, and it is nice that it comes that way right off the showroom floor. Were it me, I do not need to chase Instagram car person clout and show off my TRD Pro. I'd rather spend the money on a TRD Off-Road and upgrade it the way I want to upgrade it over time. There is no denying that this is a wonderful, capable vehicle. Anytime I see one though, I think about the ways in which the owner could have better spent their money. And now I'm not one to tell someone how to spend their money. Let's back that up right away. Your truck is super cool, and I'm assuming you bought it because you want to go have fun with it, and that is awesome. And even if you just want to drive it and you just like the way it looks, that's fine too. You know what? I'm not here to judge you. However, I might give a more hearty thumbs up, high five, well not high five, an elbow or socially distanced high five to the person who bought the TRD Off-Road and then put their own wheels and tires on it. Maybe they upgraded the suspension. Maybe they kitted it out to their overlanding heart's desire. There's a good chance they might have now spent more over time than the TRD Pro initially cost, but they put themselves into that truck, and I can appreciate that. Both trucks are good. Outside of the seating position, both trucks are very good and will last forever, and there's a reason the resale on these is so high. But if it were my money specifically, or someone came to me asking the question, which one should I buy, I would personally try to steer them towards the TRD Off-Road. So I think what I'm rambling on about here is that there's no wrong answer. There might just be a more financially savvy answer, and you'll have essentially the same fun. You just might bounce around a little bit more in the cabin. And you won't get this cool green paint. So, This is a tale of two Tacomas. That one, the TRD Pro, has excellent off-road running gear. The TRD Off-Road has good off-road running gear. They both have the same engine. They both have very similar interiors, just different trims, basically. Where should you spend your money? There's a $10,000 price difference to start. If you spend your money on that one, you have a very good truck. If you spend your money on that one, you have a very good truck, and you've saved $10,000.